Yo, what up? My name is Perkins. Some of you know me as Zay. And yeah, this is my artist spotlight. I've always been an artist per se, ever since elementary school. Always found, coloring fascinating. So I'm originally from California, raised in Ohio. Travel with art, went to school, college. A lot of my style is mostly contemporary. I moved to Dallas a few years ago just for a change of pace. Love art, love design. So I just kind of engulfed myself that into the everyday hustle. This is what I do for a living. I always knew I wanted to be an artist as when I was younger, but I didn't know exactly where I wanted to go with it. Around 20, I said, you know what? I want to sell paintings and I want to do that for a living. So I've been taking it seriously for the past, 5, 6, 7 years. Even with my mom and dad growing up, we never had any artwork in our house. So it was like, what else did I look forward to? In this pop culture, I knew something I always wanted to do, but just didn't know how to go about it. So I would pick up books. I went to one of those creative art schools, and I saw things like Lois Mailou Jones. She's a contemporary artist. She passed away in the 90s. Then I got fond of Shepard Fairey and Banksy and all those great guys, and I said, you know what, that's the look I like. I want to do this. And it gave me a great feeling, like to sell artwork for the first time. I was going to school in Kentucky, and I just finished up. I kind of switched my degree from a bachelor's to associate's just because I didn't want to be the quote-unquote starving artist. It was an impulse move from 2 weeks of graduating to moving to Florida, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to jump out on a whim. Graphic design seemed like a good field, and what I know now was totally different from what I knew back then. And I was kind of jaded by the whole field of, I'm just going to do this and this and this and that. And when I got to step back and say, you know what, I'm going to have to take it slow. Lately, I've been working with a lot of fabrics. I stretch my own canvas, so I'm able to take any surface and put it around any type of bars or something that you can hang. So mixed medium would have to be my favorite, where I can mix in acrylic, spray paint, maybe oil pastel on top. So that signature style with just different imagery will have to be it's like my favorite. A lot of times, I ride the train, so I'll start, doodling and drawing in my sketchbook, and a lot of times I'll take those small little drawings and implement that into my artwork. I'll draw the sketch a lot larger on a canvas, and I'll stop at either comic book shops, thrift stores, and pull inspiration from that. I just got done from a small little meeting, and I was walking up Deep Ellum, and I came across a little thrift store. I've never seen it before. I'm rarely walking up and down Deep Ellum. I stumbled upon it, and this guy I met in there, and I forgot the name of it. I think it was C&C something, but he ended up giving me some comic books for free. He was like, just post this online, tell people to come here, and it's yours. I was gonna pay with a card, and he didn't want to charge it. So, and I believe that image right there came from one of the books. But yeah, that's probably has to be one of my most memorable ones, just because for somebody to give me artwork like that, that's a blessing. He didn't have to do that. He could have just charged me whatever the amount was. So, Shepard Fairey. I like the way he thinks. I've read a bunch of his interviews, watched a bunch of his interviews. Love the college he went to, RISD, one of the great, design colleges. And I like his thoughts on the art world. He evokes emotion. He gets people to think. Commerce, Maine, Elm. I'll go up and, set up shop, put all my paintings out there. And it's more of a tester just to see what people like, what people gravitate towards. A lot of times people say, hey, I just moved here from such and such, and I got a place right up there. I need some artwork for it. And that's when I bring out my test pieces. I'll have different series, different colors, different schemes, just to see what people gravitate towards. And people say my work is energetic, it speaks to them, it's very loud. And most of the time they'll say, hey, I have this image, can you, put your personal style on it? And that's where I pick up, a lot of my commission work from that. So even if I was honestly a millionaire or billionaire or whatever, I would still do artwork on the street and still go out there, and interact with people. Say yes to everything, say yes to anything. Take on any project you can, put yourself out there, do what you can, and if you really believe in it, just go for it, no matter what. Don't live with any regrets. Take the hit. If it doesn't work, fuck it. Move on from it. That's the only way you're really going to be, honestly, in my opinion, happy and successful with it.